Hello and welcome to Gena Moon. Without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right into your reading, okay? And remember that this is a general reading, so take it as it resonates. It could be you towards somebody here towards you. So if you feel the need to reverse the roles, then go ahead and do so. And for any personal readings, the link to my personal readings is down in the description box below. All right, let's see. You are starting with the dominant energy of the drum roll. And you have here clarity of belief with the number 1, okay? So this is basically, you know, as you can see this image here, okay? I get something different from every time that I look at these images, but right now what I am getting is that there's something here that you need to let go of that you kind of know you do. You know that you need to let go of this. There's something here that perhaps you took care of for a long time, or whether this is career related, love related, family related, whatever this is, okay? And this man, as you can see, he has one hand on his heart and the other one, he's opening it up. You know, he's releasing that butterfly. Perhaps this person, you know, raised that caterpillar and saw it grow into a butterfly. And now he knows that he needs to let it go, right? He needs to free that butterfly because that butterfly is meant to be free and fly, right? And so here with clarity of belief, he has that belief within himself that if something is meant for him, even if he releases it, okay, momentarily, if it is really for him and if it is destined to be his, it will return, okay? So there's something here that has to do with an element, an area of your life, a person that perhaps, again, it's not easy for you to release it, to let it go, but I do see that, you know, there's going to be some kind of clarity, okay, coming in, where I feel also it's regards to you believing that somehow, some way, by you releasing something that is no longer meant to be with you or a part of your life, it's still going to come back around in a different form, okay? Basically regarding whatever now is for you, because there's some kind of changes here. With the number 1 there's a brand new chapter in your life that is about to get started, okay? So perhaps you are seeing butterflies. If you see butterflies, then just know that this is the meaning for you, okay? And also transformation, because remember, with butterflies, okay, that butterfly effect is all about transformation. So let's put this one on the side and continue with your reading. Tell me more about what the situation is pertaining to. What is the situation all pertaining to? Clarity of belief. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and go through each and every one of these positions, but first I'm going to lay out all of the cards, okay, all of the energies here for you. And after I go through each and every position, I'm going to go ahead and start clarifying for you as well, okay? Now, some of you guys might be dealing with Capricorn, Virgo, or Taurus energy. I see Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius as well. Here at the bottom of the deck, you have the moon reverse. Could be Pisces energy for some, doesn't have to be. But here with the moon reverse, yeah, so I feel like there is a part of your life, or perhaps you have been feeling like you haven't really had clarity, okay? And that's exactly why you have here clarity of belief, because clarity is coming your way, okay? And here with the moon reverse, what this is saying is that, yeah, maybe perhaps some of you guys felt like you were driving through haze, right? You couldn't really see clearly. You couldn't really see what was on the other side. When you're driving through haze, when you're driving to, you know, through that energy where perhaps everything looks white, you have to slow down, right? You have to kind of dim your lights and slow down. And so I feel like the reason why perhaps you were slowing something down, or something here was slowing down for you, is so that you can gain a better perspective, okay? There's something here that is becoming clear. You know, perhaps if it wasn't clear to you then, or it hasn't been until now, it will be coming clear, okay? There's going to be some kind of information that's going to be coming to the light. You're going to gain clarity in some kind of area of your life, okay? Now, this Page of Swords is regarding the situation. So the situation regards to, yeah, you kind of taking a little bit of a step back. Like I said, you know, when you're driving through the fog, you don't want to rush in, right? You don't want to speed up, okay? Because who knows what's on the other side. So this is telling you, take a little bit of a step back to observe the situation from afar. Whatever it is that you feel like, you know, is causing you trouble, or perhaps, you know, you're undecided or confused about, that's because you are involved inside of the situation. And what this is saying is, take a little bit of a step back to look and see at the bigger picture. When you're not in it and you're kind of like behind, you can see the bigger picture and you can see more so of the solution. This also says for you to do the research, get more information, get more, kind of perhaps ask questions. If you're going to sign some kind of a document, make sure that you read the fine print. If this is about a person or a relationship, make sure that you stand back to really observe them, right? Really try and see what they are saying. It's kind of like they might be saying something that is beneath or below the surface, okay? On the outside, they might be presenting, one image, while this is saying you need to read between the lines and look deeper, okay, at the situation. There's some kind of a deeper information, okay, that needs to be gained by you. Now, in your challenge position, you have the Three of Swords. With the Three of Swords here as your challenge position, what this is basically saying is that it might be a little bit challenging for you to find healing, okay? It might be not so easy for you to really make amends with perhaps something here that, again, you are letting go of. Of course, it's not easy when you have been attached to a person, a place, a thing, a job for quite a while, but now you're realizing that you have to release it and let it go. It's not easy to release it. So it might be a little bit challenging for you to find healing or, that kind of energy to actually do the deed, right? To actually let it go once and for all, okay? But we're going to go ahead and clarify, like I said, each and every position as we continue the reading. Now, you have here the Nine of Pentacles. With the Nine of Pentacles, what this is saying is that this is what you desire. You desire independence. Some of you guys might be desiring to perhaps make more money, or you desire to take a break from, your daily routine. Perhaps you want to, spend time in luxurious places, or this is just basically, saying for you to really kind of, spend time with self-love and self-care. This is all about self-love, self-care. Instead of going through the normal routine every day, do something nice for yourself, okay? Because I do see that some of you guys do desire either independence, abundance. Maybe others of you are switching from, one career to your business, starting your business. Others of you guys perhaps are going from a relationship to becoming single, okay? But this is all about your independence, you being able to really provide, and care for yourself, okay? Now, here with the Knight of Pentacles, I do see that in the root of the issue. The root of the issue is something here that is very, very slow in moving forward, okay? We did see earlier something here that might be slowing down, okay? Or maybe you had to slow things down, or things in general just had to slow down for you in order for you to see the bigger picture. Sometimes people get really restless in life and they're like, oh my God, why is this not happening faster, right? Why is this still kind of like stalling? It's kind of like you feel like it's dragging along, because sometimes the universe feels like you are not ready yet for that final outcome. And so by kind of slowing things down, okay, I do sense that this is what it's telling you to do. Take a step back to see the bigger picture. But otherwise, I do sense that, with this Knight of Pentacles as the root of the issue, something here is already releasing you, okay? So even if things have been slowing down or were very slow, okay, or have been very slow, what this is saying is that now that you're going to gain clarity, okay, because remember, you're going to gain some kind of clarity based on some kind of information that you will gain, okay? This is telling you now you can start moving forward, okay? This is telling you don't stay stuck in that slow moving kind of momentum. Now, for others of you guys, if you are dealing with a person or a relationship, you might be dealing with a personality type or a person who might be just kind of, very slow in taking action towards you. Okay, this person might seem like, you might feel like they're breadcrumbing you. Okay, I feel that for others of you guys, this is a person here who might have been planning something, but they're not sure what the next step is going to be. Okay, now here with the Three of Pentacles, in the recent past, I do see that in the recent past, you try to work something out with somebody. You try to make amends. You try to, kind of, all right, let's see if we can talk this out, see eye to eye, right? Perhaps negotiation. You try to negotiate something with someone or with a group of people, whether this is work related, love related, family related, whatever this is. But I do see that you weren't kind of ready to let something go, or at least before letting it go in the recent past, you were like, okay, you know what? Let me just see if I could give it one more shot, right? Let's see if I could fix things. Let's see if we can fix things together. So I feel like this is some kind of an element where in the recent past, somebody here saw your effort, okay? Saw that you were kind of like putting in extra effort to see if something would work out, okay? And I'm also sensing that perhaps some of you guys were starting to be recognized, okay? This person or situation or group of people started to recognize certain skills that you bring to the table, certain qualities that perhaps, you were waiting to be recognized on. And I feel that there was a sense of perhaps some of you guys either were offered a different job, a higher position, or perhaps you offered this to somebody, okay? But let's see now what's coming in to your near future. Okay, so in your near future, you have here the King of Swords, and this is basically in your opportunity. In the near future, you will have an opportunity to really stand firm, stand tall, okay, with all the information that you have. You will no longer be confused about certain people, certain things, certain situations. You're going to basically have that kind of mastery of mind to communicate, to become clearer, to tell it like it is. And, I do sense that for others of you guys, you might even feel the sense of, okay, you know what? I can now emotionally detach from that thing, that person, that situation that perhaps before you felt very attached to. Okay, again, whether it's a job, a person, a place, connection, thing, whatever this is, I feel like very soon to come, excuse the noise, very soon to come in your opportunity, you're going to be able to master, okay, this part of you that perhaps you felt like you weren't able to really kind of, express. And again, it's that part of you that is a little bit more detached from the person, situation than you were before. Perhaps before you were used to connecting at a very deep level, but now you're thinking about things more logically. You're being more practical, right? You're like, okay, you know what? Does this make sense or does this not, right? You're not kind of going in with your heart, okay? So that's really smart. That's a really smart move because I feel like because you're gaining so much clarity, knowledge, information, okay, this is all kind of like, it's kind of like helping you evolve, mature, and grow in that aspect. Now, I also see here with the Queen of Pentacles in your subconscious thoughts. Yeah, you do want something stable, whether you want to stabilize your finances, you want to stabilize your career, or you want a stable connection. But in your subconscious thoughts, you do want something more long-term. You do want something here that will provide something of stability here for you, okay? Now, I'm also seeing here with the Page of Cups, this is how somebody sees you or how one person sees the other. Remember, energies can be reversed, so it could be vice versa. So the way that one person sees the other is the fact that this individual knows that you care about them. This person knows that, you kind of, do have romantic feelings for them. This individual knows that you've already made a move. They know that you've tried, okay, that you've opened up in some kind of way. Perhaps you haven't opened up fully your emotions, but they do recognize the fact that you do have that energy of, okay, perhaps you started pursuing them or you expressed a little bit of how you feel, that kind of thing. Of course, it could be vice versa. It could also be the fact that you know that this individual does have romantic feelings for you, or you just want them to make a move on you, okay? That's perhaps what some of you guys are waiting for. Now, your action advice is the Four of Swords. Yeah, so your action advice is now that you've taken enough time to rest, to heal, and for those of you who have not yet done this, okay, then this is basically advising you. It's fine. Take some time to heal, okay? Take some time off, okay? However much you need. But as soon as you feel ready, you need to start taking action, okay? You need to start moving forward. You can't stay stuck in this Three of Swords type of energy, okay? So again, for some of you guys who are overworked, overstressed, then sure, take a break. But if you know that you've already rested enough, you've already taken some time alone, to yourself to really think things through, then it's time for you to step outside of that kind of, lonely type of energy, okay? I feel like it's good if you go into this Four of Swords energy. Let's let that noise go by. Excuse the noise. So much noise today. Yeah, so as I was saying, it's good for some of you guys who, need to take some time away from people, situations, in order to really think things through, resolve situations in your mind, in your emotions, that kind of thing. But when you feel ready, okay, don't stay in there, because then you create that kind of energy of, okay, this is my comfort zone, and I feel comfortable here, because this is telling you, once you reach that place of healing, you need to step outside of your comfort zone. Okay, now I do see here with the Seven of Swords reverse, so the outcome energy is the fact that you're taking time away and you're acting and being and becoming this King of Swords energy, which nobody can pull the wool over your eyes. You're able to speak directly, speak very clearly. You have clear information. There's going to be some kind of sneaky behavior that's going to come to a halt, okay? Whoever has been acting really sneaky or has been lying, those lies will be revealed. You're going to know the information. Some kind of information will be coming to the light regarding this situation and or person. Now let's go ahead and clarify what this clarity of belief is. Why is clarity of belief here for you as your dominant energy? Why is clarity of belief here as your dominant energy? So here you have the Temperance, the Devil, as well as the Sun, and here also the Queen of Cups. So I feel like some of you guys are emotionally tied to something or someone, okay? There are emotions there that you feel towards this person, towards a situation. There's some kind of an emotional bond there. Even though, yes, you may not be expressing it all that much, because the Queen of Cups, as you can see, yes, she is holding that cup of love, but it has a lid on it, which means that some of you guys are not really letting that person know or situation know how you really feel, okay? But yes, I do see that there are emotions there. Now, what this is saying is be patient with yourself, because changes are coming. Be patient with the process. Try not to rush yourself, okay? I do see here with the Devil, could be Capricorn, could be Leo, Sagittarius energy, whatever sign this is, okay? I do see that, there's some kind of an energy here that you perhaps needed to release and are needing to release, because it's either already becoming a toxic situation, a toxic connection, whether somebody here is very manipulative, or has been very manipulative, that kind of energy of very controlling, that kind of deal. It could also be a narcissist, okay? Or somebody here who was addicted to some kind of, something that wasn't healthy for them, okay? Some kind of addiction, okay? But on the other side, as soon as you know that you have to release this, because remember, you have clarity of belief here, and the image here shows this man releasing something that he knows needs to be free. He needs to be free from. Happiness and joy, fulfillment will come your way. But first, you need to understand that this tempting energy is not for you, okay? Some of you guys might be dealing with a person or situation that is very obsessed over the other, okay? Whether you have this obsessive nature, okay, or whether somebody here might be very obsessed over you. It could be as simple as that. But still, you need to release that obsession, because if you don't release it, it can turn into something of some kind of a toxic cycle that just goes round and round in circles, and then you kind of find that you lose yourself in that situation. You don't want yourself to go into that, okay? Don't lose yourself, because the light is coming in. See the sun here. The light is going to shine on you. The light is going to shine your way, for you to really kind of like, say for example, you're inside a cave and everything is full of darkness, right? Nobody likes to walk around darkness. I mean, and so let's say for example, the light starts shining in that direction, right? And so you're so used to going through the darkness that it's a little bit kind of blinding to you. And so you're like, oh, I don't know if I should go that way, right? Because now, guess what? This darkness has become the comfort level, right? Because you've been going through that darkness for so long. But that's why I'm reminding you, when that light sheds on you, know that that is there as an opportunity for you to take on, okay? It's going to be basically providing you a lot of happiness, a lot of joy, and a lot of fulfillment. So go towards the light. There's going to be information that will clarify everything, okay? Now let's go ahead and see more so about this Page of Cups. Who is this Page of Cups, and what is this Page of Cups all about? So you have here the Four of Wands, the Star, as well as the Tower reverse, and the Nine of Wands. Yeah, so with the Nine of Wands, I do see that there might be one person, okay? And more than anything, I feel like it's for sure. There is a person here who might be a little bit hesitant in opening up, okay, to you. Of course, it could be vice versa, but I feel like this is the way that it goes. A person here who might be a little bit hesitant to open up to you, even though what they really want is something stable. They see you as marriage potential, marriage material, but unfortunately, right now, this person needs to take some time because there needs to be some healing, okay? However, what this is saying is that there's still an elephant in the room that needs to be addressed, okay? Somebody here, perhaps when you bring up some kind of information, or when you bring up a topic, hey, let's talk about this topic, this person might avoid that topic, okay? Why? Because they still need healing. They still haven't healed. It's hard for them to really bring it out into the open. Now, that doesn't mean, okay, put it away forever. No, it means you need to keep kind of trying to bring this out into the open so that you can gain clarity, because I do see that this individual, the reason why they might be a little bit hesitant is because they need to heal. It could be Aquarius energy, doesn't have to be. Ultimately, what this individual does want is this Four of Wands energy, which again, this Four of Wands is a literal wedding, okay? This is marriage potential, marriage material, but this individual right now feels a little bit vulnerable. It's like they're putting up a wall, and they might come across as a little bit defensive because they don't want to get hurt again, okay? But we're going to be going into the extended reading to see more so about who this person is, their deeper subconscious thoughts about you, their deeper feelings for you, their next moves and actions towards you, how the situation is all going to turn out and unfold for you, what is going to be the final result, and we will end the reading with any messages from Spirit. So if you want to check that out, the link to the extended is down in the description box below. And in the extended is where we dive deeper into the situation, into the other person's subconscious thoughts about you, their deeper feelings, emotions for you, their next moves, actions towards you, how this entire situation is all going to develop and turn out for you. And we're going to go ahead and get a final message from source. Okay, so that final message will tie everything up for you. If you want to watch a link to the extended, you can watch that link to the extended down in the description box below. You will find that link. For any personal readings, also you can find the link to my personal readings down in the description box below. And check out all of your monthly readings, your mid-monthly readings, all of your last week's readings, blessings readings, love readings. You can find all of those links to your sign down in the first comment that I pinned down below as well. Make sure to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, comment down below. Take very good care of yourselves, and until next time, bye-bye. And right now, all of my personal readings are $20 off using the special discount code GOODLUCK20. You can check the personal reading link down in the description box below. In the extended reading, I go into the other person's subconsciousness, their deeper thoughts about you, their deeper feelings for you, their next actions, moves, and more. And thank you all so much for all of your positive feedback for the extended reading. I am so glad that you guys are loving the extended reading so much. So again, if you want to check out the link to the extended, the link is down in the description box below. And check out my website at genamoon.com. Click on shop. I do have new jewelry pieces, rings, bracelets, crystals, necklaces, and so much more for both men and women. So check that out at genamoon.com and click on shop, and follow me on Instagram at Gena Moon Official, as I will be posting more on there.